everybody, and welcome back to the Indie Film Cafe End of the Month haul. This is the end of the year haul. We're really excited. December 2025. Oh my God, I'm blanking on the on things already. All right. Anyway, I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, and I've got my co-host
Presenza, otherwise known as the Mew Cow. Mew.
and our other special co-host.
John Ward, also known as the Holy Cow.
Awesome.
Lots of cows.
Lots of cows. Not me though. I'm not a cow.
Even
I
though
have
you're
nothing.
moody.
I am a Moody. That's
Oh,
true.
there you go.
Yeah. But here we go. We're gonna be talking about our so we do a if you haven't never watched one of these before, we do a haul video where we each go around and we talk about 10 movies each and then another 10 movies each. So we go around in a circle and starts with me and then goes on to
We do a
Paul.
circle jerk right here in front of everyone.
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
oh.
Oh, you didn't know that's what we're doing now?
Well, I mean, if I knew that's what we were doing, I would have come out there. It's still fun having a circle jerk by yourself,
That's
you know?
true.
Yeah.
Lonely circle jerk.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. A virtual
Now there's
circle
the
jerk.
movie.
all right. Anyway, we're gonna. Would you be listening to the circle jerks when you're circle jerking?
Always.
Okay.
I
Just
would
to,
think so.
why
At
not?
least their greatest hits. Yeah.
Greatest hits. All right. Anyway, we're gonna move on. And move on, as Paul likes to say. Oops. Ah, All right.
Oh, it didn't do it.
What?
Sometimes if you go like that, it'll move in, but it didn't do it.
All right. Ready?
In cow assistant.
Next, first up is I got this from my friend Chris, and I'm still going through some of the movies he sent me or whatever. I think this is the last of a lot of them, the last of them. But Best of Travels in Europe. It's a PBS's Rick Stevens thing.
Oh yeah, I know Rick Stevens.
I don't know him, but it
Yeah,
sounds.
he's been around forever.
These ones
Rick
have disc
Steve.
one is the British Isles, North Wales, Edinburgh, Scotland, Dublin, Belfast, Western Ireland, London, Cotsworth Villages, and Bath. Is
Hmm.
Bath a place? Okay.
Oh yeah, I've been there. That's cool.
Then he does France on disc two. Disc three is Spain and Portugal. Disc four is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Disc five is Italy, Paul's favorite place. Disc six is Greece, Turkey, Israel, and Egypt. So all different places. I mean, that's kind of cool. Different places in Europe. So I don't know. I might check that out at some point.
If they exist.
What? Because you've never
If
been
it,
there?
if I haven't been there, it doesn't
Okay.
exist.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So next is a movie starring Kevin Costner and Ashton Kutcher. Did not
Oh
think
no, I own
it.
that movie. Let me predict The Guardian. There we
Yep,
go.
The Guardian. Sorry, I didn't know you were trying to predict. Um, Andrew Davis directed the movie. I don't know who that is, but
How do you
um
not know who Andrew Davis is? He did Under Siege, he did The
uh
Fugitive,
okay,
Above the
okay,
Law.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
It's basically Top Gun, but with the like National Guard, I think it is.
Oh,
Oh no, no, Coast Guard. Coast Guard. I'm sorry, Coast Guard, because they're on the water.
It's got Neil McDonough in it too. I'm guessing he plays the villain. And he's always the villain guy. He's in your CW movies or shows,
And
that
he
you
does play
watch.
the villain, yes.
Yeah. He's I always like him, but unfortunately like now he's just doing Christian movies or whatever.
He got like blacklisted because he wouldn't do like kissing scenes or sex scenes or anything because it goes against his religion. So Hollywood pretty much ousted him, and so now all he does is
who
religious
wants to
movies.
see him kiss anybody anyway?
That
Like I
was his
don't
thing, is that he did an interview saying I refuse to do it because it goes against my religion and like my marriage and stuff, and
Just don't pick a movie that has kissing in it, like for his character. Like
I don't know.
he's done many movies where he doesn't kiss anyone. He could still do that. I just don't understand why Hollywood kicked him out for that. That's retarded. Yeah, ridiculous.
You can kiss the cow. See?
Um,
Kiss the
yeah.
Sky.
All right. Next is a History Channel documentary called The Last Stand of the 300. So
Man, you need to get some real movies in there. What is all this history stuff and
I like it. I
looking
like
at
history.
land?
It's cute.
I mean, if you want land, just go look out your window. You don't have to go to another country to see land.
Well, you're gonna start loving some of the stuff I've got then. Um, so another movie. Let's see if John Ward can guess this one. It's got Paul Giamatti, Edward Norton, and Jessica Biel.
Sister Teresa the Spanking
It's
Nun.
it's directed by Neil Berger,
I don't know.
Sound of Music.
The Illusionist.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've actually never seen it. So okay.
John, Paul, did you know that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh,
I didn't know that, but yeah, I've seen the movie. It was a
okay.
good movie.
Next is another sort of documentary thingy, so John's gonna love this. It is the Ultimate X movie. It's about biking or whatever.
Oh, I was hoping with the X and it would be about porn, but
Oh no,
Having
sorry.
some throat issues. I need to run and grab a soda real quick.
Okay,
One
you go
moment.
do that. I'll wait. Ultimate X. It's the I guess it's not just biking, but all the extreme sports stuff. It's
like
got
ping pong,
no like skateboarding and
sandcastle building,
rollerblading, snowboarding.
crocheting, snowman building.
Sorry, guys. Just getting over a cold.
Well, I'm glad you're not coughing in our face and regularly. Just when it zooms in, it feels like so like it's.
Well, it's all dramatic because as
I
he
know.
brought it
That's what
up,
I'm
it
saying.
zoomed in. So it's like
And
this
then it zoomed
dramatic
in
shot of
like.
him drinking juice.
You guys remember SCTV and the haunted house of pancakes? Would you like some syrup?
Is that where they
I
got
know the
it
show,
from?
but I don't remember the skit though.
Is that where they got the haunted house of pancakes
Yeah, it
from?
was an evil house of pancakes.
Okay. All right. Next is a double feature of Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. I got it for Black Sheep because I have Tommy Boy.
Sweet
But
Jesus.
What's the
yep.
difference?
Black Sheep was more political. It had a governor guy, but it was
Are there sheep in it?
And
no,
Tommy Boy
sadly.
has fat guy and little coat.
Oh, I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of the movie. I love, you know what they used to do for CDs, because they don't really make CDs anymore. But what they used to do for CDs is the soundtracks, they would put like clips from the the dialogue, into the stuff. So it'd be like for Tommy Boy, they had him doing fat guy, little coat, fat guy, little coat. And then you would after they did that bit, then they would go into the next song, and I always thought that was cute. I like that. Kevin Smith
And
used to do it.
Bo Derek is in that movie too, and she still looks really good.
She was a 10. All right. So next, well, they make a joke in it, and Tommy Boy. I don't know if you can remember that, but they have a bit where he goes, was it Chris Farley looks at his dad and he goes, "Dad, she's a 10." Right? And I was like, and I never got that as a kid. I just thought he was just saying she was a 10 until I watched that movie years later.
10.
Um, yeah, 10. Next is a Walt Disney movie, so I'm not sure if any of you guys saw this, but it's called The Wild. Some I guess some wild animals
I
escape.
know of it, but
Yeah. But anyway, so next are two movies that are from the Best of Comedy Central Presents Uncensored. And so this is the first one, and it's got, is this the first one or second one? Yeah, this is the first one. And it's got Louis Black, Dane Cook, Dunham, Jim Gaffigan, Mitch Hedberg, Dimitri Martin, Carlos Mencina, and Brian Regan.
so it's the
Uh,
worst of.
and then the second one has Dave Attell, Mike Berg, I can't say his name real well, Birbichellia, Frank Salindo, Zach Galifianakis, Stephen Lynch, Patton Oswald, Nick Swartzen, and Daniel Tosh.
So
So,
it's the worst of part two.
yeah. And speaking of the worst of, I picked this for here for last. because this is sort of the worst. But it was one I got from one of the dollar places and whatever, and that is Sex and the City, the movie.
That's the best one you've shown.
Really? So you like that? I
Is
thought
that
you would.
is that the first movie or the second movie?
Just the
Is there a
movie. So I'm
difference?
guessing there's a that is the first one.
Sex
Yeah.
and the City 3, we're really fucking old.
Mm,
That's the TV show that's out.
whoa. Yeah. They have a TV show now
Isn't the
again.
second movie where one of them gets diarrhea
I don't
and
know,
they're
but I
pooping
never,
all over the place?
I never watched it before. But I'm glad to have it so that maybe one day if I'm in,
I
you
think
know,
they should just transition immediately from Sex and the City into Golden Girls because it's pretty much the same thing at this point.
they could do Golden Girls with Sarah Jessica Parker and people like that. I don't know. But anyway, Paul, you're up. That was
All
my
right. Well,
10.
I don't have quite as many good ones, so they're going to start off kind of goodish, and then they're going to sort of slowly get worse.
Decline. Okay.
And then the last 10 are all pretty much bad.
Okay.
But we are going to start off with season 1 of Spartacus,
Okay,
Spartacus.
all
Okay,
right,
that was
okay.
good.
which I've actually
Just
never seen, but I've heard a lot of good stuff about.
just avoid the new season like the plague.
Well,
I
you were like,
wasn't
you
even sure
like
they were still on.
Stanley Kubrick, right? Didn't he do the movie
Oh yeah,
Spartacus?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think they have anything to do with each other.
Okay.
Okay. However, there is a movie that I really liked as a kid, and it's one of the very last big time super practical effects film, the kind of stuff you'll never see again. And that's The Bridge Too Far.
I've
Oh yeah,
seen
that's a
that
good
movie.
one.
Yeah, I
That's a
have
good one.
that on.
Good film. You'll
I have
never
it
see that
on
kind of stuff again.
DVD, but I would love to have it on Blu-ray at some point or
And
4K.
next is one that we picked up at that Plan 9, and it was interesting. It's a strange combination, but it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original film, and the motion comic season 8 Buffy. Yeah, sort of like I guess they animated it.
Okay.
They animated a comic.
So Paul got that because he did not have the
No.
comic, and so he's like, "Why not?" You
I
know.
would pick that up. That's cool.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so it's an animated comic. That's kind of a neat
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, they did it with Watchmen. They've done it with a bunch of stuff actually. You
Okay.
can see it. They're on YouTube and
But
stuff.
do they have the voices of the original cast members? I wonder. Probably
Sometimes
not
Yeah,
it
for that
depends
one.
probably
on
not.
what
I
it
don't think.
on what it is.
It's all right. All right.
It's
So
all
the
right.
next group is a bunch of Chopsaki films. First one's a classic. In fact, this is one of Quentin Tarantino's favorite. And we have the Shaw Brothers' One Armed Swordsman.
I've heard of
Okay.
that. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this comes with a commentary by Quentin Tarantino on the disc.
Sweet.
What? So he won't even do his own commentary, but he'll commentate on other people's movies.
He
You know.
likes it. It's one of his favorite films. The next is Marshall Temple Collection, so it's a double feature. And we have Fists of Shaolin and Out of Danger.
Okay.
And then finally, it's a one with, this is one of the later ones, so it's the 90s, and that's kind of when I started to lose interest because they weren't quite as good. But this one's got Jet Li and Sammo Hung, and it's Lord of the Wu-Tang.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good cast.
Oh man, I love that we were doing our buddy John came over, our other buddy John, Cripps, and he came over and he helped us by digitizing a bunch of our stuff. Now I gave him like home movies that I did and stuff like that and things, and Paul gave him a bunch of movies that were not available on
Anywhere else.
anywhere else. So one of them being Drunken Wu-Tang, which we've reviewed on, and apparently John watched it and was like, that is the craziest movie, right? He watched every single one of our things, including my
I
home
know.
videos. I was like, oh my God, I don't know why you did that, but all right.
He almost didn't make it through Sinful Dwarf.
All right. Anywho, your turn,
All right.
Still Paul.
So the next couple are some documentaries. First one is Southern Fried Bigfoot, which is about Bigfoot stuff going on in the South. So, yeah.
Okay. I would watch that. Sure. Okay.
Well,
And then
hey,
the
I say
next-
documentary stuff, and you're like, oh, why are you doing documentary stuff? Now Paul does it, and you're like,
Oh,
I'd watch
shit.
that.
You know, we got my show, my Docs at Rock show.
Well, because Bigfoot is interesting, Europe is not.
Bigfoot in Europe.
Europe may not even exist as far as we know. Bigfoot
Well,
does.
Paul
We
knows
have
because Paul's
pictures
been
of
to
Bigfoot.
Europe.
That's right.
Well, allegedly.
So the next one, and I guess I'm beating Moody to the punch because he bought this at that place, and I got so jealous I had to go out and get it myself. And that is The Rock.
So you actually, oh well,
Damn
when I
straight I went
bring
and
it
got
up,
it.
when I bring it up, we're gonna have to hold it
We'll
up.
have to
We're
do our
gonna
picture.
have to do our
What?
picture.
Wait, is he now? Is David the Rock Nelson now bringing his stuff out on like Blu-ray and DVD and all
DVD.
that,
Yep, yep.
and not just
Well,
VHS
this is a
anymore?
documentary. It's a full Rock feature, 2 DVD set. So it's got a move. It's got that, and it's got a movie in there as well.
Yeah, the
So
movie The Witch and
Werewolf and
the
the Witch.
Werewolf and the Witch, it's just like Miss Werewolf. It is so bad, like it's just ugh,
Bad, but in a good way.
bad in a
I
bad way. But
I would own those, but yeah.
well,
All
I mean,
right.
I'll have a talk about it when I get it when I bring
So
it.
the last two are going to be. We're starting to get into something a little more stinky, although you guys might like these. First one is a movie called Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon,
Yes,
Yes, yeah, that's a
we
good
James
one.
we
Wan.
did not review that. We were thinking about reviewing it for our
You said we
James
couldn't
Wan
because it's
thing.
not horror,
Yeah, it's not horror, so it can't work with horror
but
film.
it's an unofficial sequel to Death
So
Wish.
we can
So
review it at some point because we're
Kelly
still thinking
Preston's
about
apparently in
doing.
there too.
yeah, she's the wife, I think.
So Paul, John and I are going to be doing a bunch of stuff. Like I know we're going to be reviewing, uh, some more mainstream Monday stuff, but also we're doing bringing back the mainstream, doing Mission Impossible. So we might be able to throw in Death Sentence into the mainstream at some point because it's
Yeah.
All right.
the
Well,
mainstream movie.
if you like that one, you might like this last one because this is from your buddy Roland Emmerich, and it is 2012.
Paul, why do you own these movies? These are not Paul movies.
I know. Well,
I can't believe. I mean, I get Death Sentence a little bit, but not 2012. That is so out
it
of.
does have Thandie Newton in there, and I like Thandie Newton.
She's very cute. Yes, that
Oh,
is
Yeah.
she was
true.
great in Run Fat Boy Run. Have you guys seen that movie with
Mm-mm.
Simon Pegg? She is so
Ah,
adorable
John
in that movie.
Cusack's in it.
Yeah, yeah. He's the main guy. He plays a limo driver that has to get
Okay.
his family out of like
Well, I mean,
LA.
it looks kind of silly and ridiculous. So
It's so bad. It's fun.
yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah,
That's what I
it's
got.
world ending type of thing. So
That's
All
why
right,
John likes it because he likes the end of the world movies.
tag, you're
yeah.
it.
Yep, you're up next, John.
Okay, so this first one, I kind of put these together on purpose. These aren't just random stuff. And this first one, I know Paul, I guarantee Paul loves this one, and that's not sarcastic. I'm not sure if Jonathan has seen it, but it is one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made, and that is Silent Running.
I've not heard of that. Maybe I
Um,
have, but I don't know.
With Bruce Dern.
yeah, okay, yeah. That's old.
1970s
Yeah,
came
yeah,
out like
yeah. I've
Omega
seen that.
Man and Planet of the
I've
Apes, and
seen that. Yeah, it was
yeah, they're
good.
on the space stations. They got the three, and it's a very well, that's one right there, and it's a very like
Yeah, as I
eco.
recall, just not a whole lot happens, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the robots in it are really neat. There's like these robots that he has because this it's done by the guy. It's George Lucas's guy. It's
Yeah.
Douglas Trimble, and it's a whole eco-friendly type of thing where the pods all have like forests in them and stuff like that. So it's a 1970s type sci-fi thing, so it's kind of doom and gloom, but with some hope at the same time. So
It's
I
just
thought it
weird seeing Bruce Dern in space.
was he was probably high. He probably didn't even know.
Yeah.
He probably actually thought he was in space.
Yeah, where my man? This one I put in here because of Christmas, and okay, so let me start. Okay, so it's the Supreme Court versus the Supreme Being. Let the trial begin. Judgment.
Ah, Paul. I think Paul. Did you buy like a was it? Oh, never mind. It's probably in your next pile, so I shouldn't say anything.
Yeah,
You know.
way down here. I won't read you the whole thing, but it just says But as Mitch digs deeper into the evidence and begins to doubt his own beliefs, he decides there's only one way to uncover the real truth. Dot, dot, dot. Put God on
Oh, I
trial.
see. So this is a Christian film.
Yeah, it's made by the Left Behind people, I think.
Oh, that's coming. That's in
Yeah.
my pile, just not that film.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was very excited to get this, especially when it says the Supreme Court versus the Supreme Being. I'm really hoping Cod comes down and he's like in the witness chair, and they're like, "Will you put your hand on the Bible?" And he's like, "Are you serious? Really? I wrote the thing, you know." So, and
They
it's not,
wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do that because they would think it would be blasphemy against God to do something like that. I don't.
but
I
it
think
has Mr.
Well, and he would
T.
be a
How can that be?
liar. He didn't write the damn thing.
he was a ghostwriter, a holy ghostwriter.
We know most of the people who wrote it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
he
Lord.
just threw them ideas.
All
So
right.
we
Yeah.
got that. Um, and then Paul had all of his kung fu wackiness. I have one with Van Damme at his most coked up, and you can tell Van Damme in Knockoff.
Yeah, I
Oh,
heard
isn't
that
that
one was bad.
wasn't that the movie with Dennis Rodman?
No, that's Double Team.
Double Team. That's right.
This is the one where and it does. I think
Oh,
it's the
Rob
same director
Schneider.
though.
Rob Schneider.
Yes, there he is.
Okay.
Yeah, they all start to blur after a while because they're pretty
Yeah,
much the
Double
same
Team,
thing.
knockoff. They all came out about the same time, and they were all just
They're all the
utterly
same thing.
ridiculous.
Yeah, and this is
Um,
Sue Hark is the director of this one, so it's another one of the Asian guys, and this is Van Damme. You can almost even see it on the cover. He was so coked out while doing this movie, he even admitted it. And it's all about knockoff stuff. And it came out like the week of my birthday, so this was my birthday movie. So I figured
nice.
I gotta own coked up Van
They
Damme.
really
So
should do one called, Van Damme. At least I'm not as bad as Steven Seagal.
that's true. That is very true.
It's a great
Uh,
tagline.
this one, a friend of mine is in. Well, actually, two of my friends, Adriana and Mindy are in this. So you have two people from Meat Massacre 4 are in this, and I got to go see the screening of this with Adriana, and that is Six Wheels from Hell.
We reviewed that for 31 Days of Indie Horror last time. It was me and my friend Shannon, and it's not a good movie. And the guy that made it is doing that Toy Maker movie, and I think he's causing a lot of problems because he's very conservative, and he's posting his conservative thoughts, and
Why are
it's
there
getting.
6 wheels?
Because it's a truck.
So, don't they have four?
No, this is a big truck. So it has six. Two in the front, and then two in the back, and then two.
Oh, so it's a cab dragging another piece with 4 wheels?
I don't know. It's
I don't think so. I think it's just one truck. It
Yeah, I
was
just
meant to be
don't get the six
longer.
part.
Philip, OGP, actually, the director asked him to drive up to Canada and drive down a much bigger truck, but they couldn't do it, so they had to use six wheels because I think it was originally called 18 wheels from hell, something like that.
See, that would have made sense.
So, but yeah, so I got to meet the director, talk to the director, and hang out with Adriana and Mindy. I always want to say Glickerson, but she doesn't have the L.
I'm afraid
Gilkerson
every
is in
time I
this.
hear the name Mindy, I think of The Simpsons. Homer loves Mindy. Homer loves Mindy.
all right.
Different
Anyway,
Mindy, but same thing. So, but yeah, so he's doing stupid shit by posting political crap. The
I
director,
get,
Jonathan.
yeah, Evan something or other, and I think that's his name, Evan.
Oh yeah, there's Evan Allen, and then also says co-directed by Dustin Robinson.
Ferguson?
Yeah, no, not
Uh,
Ferguson.
we hope not.
But John Ward would still own it if it were, because
Not
he.
these days. And then I picked this up, TV show. This is the first season of Fear of the Walking Dead,
Oh, okay.
or
Nice.
Fear the Walking Dead, which
I've
is
never actually watched any of those.
the well, this is the spinoff of Walking Dead,
Right.
and the first season is awful. It is horrible. But it does tell us that this is Breaking Bad is the prequel to this.
They
So
filmed some of it in Virginia, by the way. Fear the Walking Dead was filmed in like the Richmond area and things like that.
And
So
what's the point of the show?
it's zombies. So
Yes.
this is the origins of The Walking Dead, of
Oh,
how the
okay. So
zombies
it's
came up.
origins.
But they tell you in this that Breaking Bad is the reason why the zombie apocalypse happens, is the drug that they make in Breaking Bad, that blue drug, is in this and
Oh.
causes the zombie
So
apocalypse.
does that make it a Breaking Bad spinoff?
They've confirmed it. Yeah. It's like unofficially, officially a spinoff.
So shouldn't that get you mad, John? Because you were just saying earlier that that you get mad at like I think you were saying on the Blu-ray Hunter one, but you're saying you get mad at everything being connected.
So
Like
the
you didn't think
Heisenberg
everything had
No,
to
no,
be
virus.
no.
connected.
No. What I don't like is the direct connection within the show itself. So the ending of Furiosa literally goes in the last 5 minutes from her having no skill at all to her getting into the truck and driving the girls out for Fury Road. And that annoys the shit out of me.
Okay, okay.
I I
But you
don't
don't
like
mind
that.
if the TV shows are connected to each other or something like that.
No, no. No, because they've even said what is it, Malcolm in the Middle? You know, they do the fake ending where the dad wakes up in Malcolm in the Middle and goes, "My God, I've had the worst dream ever where I'm a drug lord." And so,
Okay.
so that type of stuff is funny.
He stole
But
that from Bob Newhart.
they did. I remember that. But the second season of this on is pretty good. It's like they got their shit together. The first season I didn't like. Maybe I have to rewatch it, I'm not sure, but I picked it up on it. Then we kind of get into TV show comic book area, and that's the Avengers, but not the Avengers that we think. So this is the from the British TV show, The Avengers. So it's
Oh, this is the crappy
Ralph
Avengers.
Fiennes, Uma Thurman, and Sean Connery is the villain.
Yeah, that's so disappointing. That should have been so much better.
Because the British TV show, my dad used to watch that. I actually had a
Yeah,
huge
Diana Rigg,
crush on the
baby.
main Diana Rigg, who was in
Yeah,
that and everything. And then he saw Diana Rigg in Last Night at Soho or Last Night in Soho on the movie that Edgar Wright did, and he was like, "Oh my God, she's so old." Like she was in her what 90s or something or 80s or whatever, a 90s I think at that
we'll see
time.
your crushes.
Yeah, all of a sudden somebody who was 10 years older or whatever, 10, 20 years older is not as,
Tell Ralph
whatever.
Fiennes it was me.
But yeah.
Yeah, could have been
Anyway,
better, but it was still okay. It was all right, I guess.
Whatever happened to
Um,
Ralph Fiennes anyway? He just kind of vanished.
no, he 28 years later.
he's still out there. He's doing stuff you're not watching because you don't watch Hollywood stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
28 years later.
yeah, that's one. But Paul always
He's
says
in the
this. What
first one
about
and the
this
second one.
person? And I'm always like, they're still in Hollywood doing stuff. You're just not watching it, so
So they're
you're
not
not.
doing anything good. That's what you're saying.
No, but they're not doing anything you consider good. That's your problem. Is you consider things bad that other people actually like.
Yes,
So,
but I'm always right. That's the problem.
all right. You got any more?
Yes, I have a big penis, and that is Wonderland.
Oh, I've got that. That's great.
Yeah, that's
The
the Val Kilmer movie, right?
Yeah, about John Holmes
Really
Yeah,
good
and
movie.
the Wonderland murders. So
it is a
let's
big penis right there.
yeah.
Holy crap! Yes.
So of course Val Kilmer is a good-looking guy, and John Holmes was not.
Right.
He just had
Probably
the
Val Kilmer's
extension.
best role, if you ask me.
It is really good. It's got a great cast in it, and this is a double disc, so it has the movie. But here, I wish it didn't say Wonderland on it. It should say WAD because it's the documentary,
I've got Wad, the
yeah,
documentary.
about John Holmes.
Yep.
So you get the movie and the documentary. That's
Oh,
really
very
good.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and it goes into detail about him dying and everything.
Hmm.
So it's well, he
I
started to
mean,
think
that's kind
it.
of what Wonderland is about, I think, right? Too has that in it a little bit.
Well, Wonderland is about the murders, the
Right.
Yeah.
Wonderland
Right.
murders that took place. This is one that I think both of you were like, and I put this in here also because of Christmas, and that is Angels versus Zombies.
Nice.
Nice.
So
That's always fun.
at some point I'll have to maybe do this for, reviews after midnight.
Zombie Angels. Nobody's done a movie about zombie angels.
Because Angels can't be zombies
Why not?
because they're angels.
So,
Angels can't die
how do you know?
because they're already dead. They're already zombies, in a way.
There you go. There's the movie. Angels are already zombies.
I mean, they're already dead. They never whatever.
Uh, Brains.
Well, I'm already seeing two things that are wrong with this. One, it's 95 minutes, and as I'm sure this film probably didn't have to be any more than 70 at most.
Right.
Um, and then I think this is a picture from the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Ooh.
I think
Nice.
that's the dad from Modern Family.
Oh
There's that's
Jesus.
that's a good sign that you know that's going to be a great film.
That they don't even have their own images up there. That's sad.
Yeah. And this one has been on my bucket list for a while, but surprisingly, it was pricey, but I did find it on that Black Friday. This is Michael Crichton, Looker.
Looker.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, Looker's awesome, and
It's it has its issues. I can't say it's a perfect film. It has some problems, but I really like it. And Susan Day, oh my God, how
she's naked in it
gorgeous!
too.
How gorgeous is she? She's always been
Yeah,
gorgeous.
yeah, yeah. She's very hot in this. It's written and directed by Michael Crichton, so of
Albert
course,
Finney, I love Albert Finney. He's one of my favorite actors of all time.
yeah. And I put this, even though the time periods are wrong from release, I always put Looker and Runaway together, that Tom Selleck film.
Mm.
So um, Jonathan does not look impressed at all with Looker.
I don't
We'll
like the
do it.
cover. I don't like the cover of it.
It's a hot girl on top of TVs.
It looked like a house to me from the far back. And so I was like, why is there a house in there?
It's funny because I showed this on.
Because look, it looks like a house with snow on the top, like a roof. And I
Actually,
can't.
I was thinking it looked like what's the Cronenberg film?
Oh,
Oh,
Videodrome?
Yeah,
Videodrome.
Videodrome.
Well, it's funny that you say house because I first showed this on Horror Movie Monday, and Philip, OGP, sat there and goes, "Oh, that's a house."
Yeah,
And I'm like, "No, it's not a house. It's
it
it's a
looks like a
chick on
house.
top
So
of
I
TVs."
don't know if that was their intention from like that
No, I
there was.
just think it's supposed to be a hot chick on top of TVs.
Well, I don't think that is the image that when the movie came out. I think that's just for the DVD release.
No,
Well,
I think this is the poster. I think
That's the
this
poster.
is the movie poster. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's all about being a model and stuff for like television commercials and
yeah,
everything.
it just looked like windows and a roof. So, and
I
this
could see
girl
where
was
you're coming from.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like it,
I was like, okay, that tells me nothing about the movie. Now that you say it's a hot woman on
Well,
a
it's a
bunch of
roof with
TVs,
boobs. I mean, you know,
it doesn't look like boobs. They look literally this part right there looks like
there's a
it's
little
a
snow on the boobs.
yeah, it looks like snow. All it is snow, and I couldn't even notice the person
Hey
at
man,
the.
snow boobs are the best boobs.
there's your tagline.
Hmm.
And my last one, this is one that Philip showed me. We were at Zia, and he goes, "John, you have to buy this." And I'm like, oh yeah. And it is Danny Trejo and Eric Roberts. They both play priests, it looks like.
Oh my God,
And that is The Cloth.
I remember seeing that. I haven't bought it yet.
Nice. I always loved Danny Trejo. I was in, was I in Sierra Records?
Looks
Was that the
ridiculous.
place? Was that the place in LA?
No, no. Zia's out here.
Here. Okay.
That's Amoeba.
Amoeba. When I was in Amoeba Records, they had some good video movies too, or whatever. But
I saw that at Second and Charles, not the last time I was there, but the one before that. But I already had an armful, and I'm like, I'll come back for that one.
Yeah, and it's just last night because Donald and I are reviewing four Sylvester Stallone movies, one of them being The Specialist, where Eric Roberts is the bad guy. Man, has he fallen. It is from being in a Warner Brothers Sylvester Stallone film, to The Cloth.
He's in everything now.
Yeah,
well, I
it's
mean, he
not.
needs to pay his rent.
Yeah, man.
Literally, I don't even think he has a mortgage. He probably just pays rent. So
All right.
that's
So,
it. That's my
yep.
first 10.
That's your first 10. Down to my second 10. All right. So, my first one starts off with a movie that stars a guy that you all hate, I'm sure, by now. Maybe Sean maybe not, but I know Paul can't stand him, which is Jack Black in Gulliver's Travels. Which,
Uh,
yeah,
I don't
uh,
necessarily hate him. He's annoying, but I don't hate him.
I think
yeah.
he was good in School of Rock, and I did like him in Mind something, the movie.
I
Mind,
I
what's the
just think
game?
most of the
Mind?
movies
Minecraft. I haven't
in
watched
Minecraft.
that yet.
I
shitty.
liked
That's
it.
that's the one I want to watch before I do the end of the month or end of the year, top 10 or whatever. So I
I
do
just
that.
think most of the movies he's in are shitty, and I don't think he himself is bad. I've seen him do good performances. When he was on Community, he was hysterical.
I know he does what is it? He did Tenacious D, which is funny. Anyway, next is a horror film called The Unborn.
Okay.
Yep, I own
I
that.
don't know much about it,
It's
but
David S. Goyer.
yeah, David S. Goyer. It's got, let's see, Odette Yustman,
You know
Gary
what?
Oldman.
The only thing that matters is what's on the back of that cover because that was the poster.
What that?
Yeah, just the chick looking in the mirror with her ass sticking out. That
That's
was the
true.
movie poster. That's the
Uh,
only thing that matters.
And then Gary Oldman sticking
Gary
his head and
Oldman.
going, "Ooh,
Ooh. Oh
Megan
my.
Megan Good, Cam Giganet or whatever, James Remar, and Gene Alexander, and Idris Elba. What a crazy cast for a horror flick.
It's not a bad film. It's okay. It's one of those creepy kid movie type of
And it's
things.
unrated, so maybe there'll be
Yeah.
some good nudity in it or something.
No, there's no nudity in it.
Oh, what a bummer.
No, not with that cast.
Anyway,
looking
next
for
is a
James Remar's butt, huh?"
so this goes with John Ward's thing of the doing the Avengers. I've got the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh God,
I own
yeah,
that too.
even
Also with
worse.
Sean Connery.
And is that a two disc set? No, just one disc. Sean Connery, also Sean Connery, yeah.
Talking
It,
about a movie
it's
that bombed.
It did
it's
bomb. It'll probably go on my Hollywood knockbusters at some point.
it's the
Um,
film that made Sean Connery retire. He did make a movie after that. He did one animated movie that was god awful after it, where he did the voice. But that's the film that got him to, because it's the
Mm,
director of
that's it.
Blade, and apparently that director doesn't get along with anybody. And
David S. Goyer, you said, right?
no, Naughton, like David Naughton or something, is the director.
Oh, okay.
And I guess
Yeah, Stephen Norrington.
Norrington, that's him. Yeah, yeah. And it's based on a great comic book,
I've
but
never heard of Stephen Norrington.
Yeah.
he's directed
Anyway,
some big stuff. He just nobody liked working with him.
next is a Rob Reiner movie, who just sadly just passed away. Not just passed away, he was murdered.
I was about to
I
But
I would
say,
like,
say
bit of a
murdered.
difference.
Yeah,
yeah, there's a big
yeah.
difference between that. He was murdered by his freaking son.
Ugh,
And that's just,
allegedly.
I know we have to say allegedly, but like nobody's fighting it really. I
You know
don't
what
think.
YouTube does? It's easier just to say it.
Yeah, it's allegedly. But it
He
was
did it.
a few good men,
That's a
which I
good
do.
one.
I eventually want to get on Blu-ray. I actually like it. It's got your boy Tom Cruise.
It does have my boy in it, and Demi Moore is gorgeous in that film.
And speaking, I did not mean to do this, but there's two of your boy back to back. We've got also The Last Samurai.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, I know
Hey,
you're. Hey, these are. So I'm starting to collect your boy too. I'm getting. I need
nice.
to get Nicolas Cage.
Now we're talking.
Because but his ball likes.
I had several lined up if we were going to do 10 Blu-rays, but that's all right. I'll save them for next time.
Okay. Um. So next is a Jake Gyllenhaal, Reese Witherspoon, Peter Sarsgaard, Alan Arkin, and Meryl Streep movie. Do you guys know what that is? That's a crazy cast, by the way. It is Rendition.
Oh,
Um,
oh, I know of it. Okay.
Yeah,
Gavin
I've never
Hood
watched it.
directed it and has a
Gavin Hood, like
yeah,
Robin Hood.
it's Gavin Hood. He's the brother of Robin Hood.
Oh, well, good for him, man. They got their own
He
separate
just doesn't
careers.
steal from the rich. He just is rich.
Yeah, there you go.
So maybe Robin comes after him, you know.
That's a whole other movie.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Stealing
That
from my
would be
brother.
interesting. What if Robin Hood had a brother and he was rich, and stuff? That's a good. Nobody's done that yet. I would watch that. Oh, and wow, I'm just stealing from you by John by accident. I have a Val Kilmer movie here. It's
Oh,
called The Chaos Experiment.
oh, I don't
Never
know
heard
that
of it.
one.
Never heard of it. But
Okay.
it's directed by Felipe Martinez. Who else is in it?
Val
Uh,
needed to make a condo payment.
at that time, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. Oh, and it's got Eric Roberts in it.
Ah,
We just said he's in everything. So,
might be a good
and
addition.
I would love to see Eric Roberts and Val Kilmer in a scene together. I think that'd be fun.
well, then we might have to watch this movie someday. I think it counts as a independent film because I don't know any of these I don't
I
know
could
any of
see
these
Val Kilmer
companies.
saying, "Yeah, Eric, you're in every single goddamn movie there is,
Genius
aren't you?"
Genius
And then
It's
Products
Eric
and
so
Roberts is like,
sad.
"Yeah, Val, and you're turning into me."
Genius Products and Cinepro Pictures and Steelbridge Film Productions. I've never heard of any of these companies, but they produced this movie together. So this is an independent film then, because it's not distributed by like Warner Brothers or anybody
I've
like that.
never heard of it.
Yeah. So maybe I'll have to take a look and see if it's good. If it's got it's got Val Kilmer and Eric Roberts in a scene together, we got to do it for Indie Film Cafe. That's gonna be the
Who
thing.
would have thought?
I don't know. This movie I was watching with my dad the day that Paul Walker passed away or died, in the car crash. Sadly, and that's Varsity Blues.
Oh,
I
okay,
was actually
okay.
watching a movie with Paul Walker when I went on Facebook and saw the news, and I
He
was like,
probably
"That's
should have been
sad."
walkering that day.
That was bad. Um, but anyway, yeah. So this is the deluxe edition, so it's a little bit different than the original.
I heard during the Biloxi Blues he was on fire at that time.
Um, all
His
right,
career.
all right. Anyway, I don't like talking trash about my boy. I
I
love
thought your
Paul
boy
Walker.
was Dawson.
I like both of them. I
You
like
can
Paul
only
Walker.
like one. If they're
I
both in
can't.
one movie, you can only like
Well, if
one.
I had to choose, it'd be Dawson. But
There can only be one.
That's right.
Why can
anyway,
there only be one?
so Paul and I get to post up our picture and make you sad, that we both have the Rock thing. So grab that movie, Paul. Should have just kept it to the side anyway. And there we go. Yes, so we went to Plan 9 and we were looking through the movies and Paul was like furiously going through them going
Hell yeah.
right, trying to find something good, or whatever. And so I look over and there's a rack up above the DVDs and stuff that has like little other movies and it had The Rock on it and I was like, "Wait a minute. Is that a movie about The Rock? About The Rock? Was it Dwayne The Rock Nelson?" But I was like, "There's no way they have something about David The Rock Nelson in here. There's no way." And then I was like, "Oh my God, it's The Rock, Ed Wood of the 21st century," which has it says, "Can your heart stand the shocking facts of the true story of the Ed Wood of the 90s and beyond and beyond and beyond?" So it's got includes a 66-minute documentary called "Can't Stop the Rock," I think was what it was called.
John, when you come for a visit, we are going to show you Miss Werewolf, and I'm telling you,
I'm not
Oh,
gonna be there. I'm not gonna be there. I'm
as
not
I'm
gonna watch.
sure I've seen it. I used to be in contact with David the Rock Nelson all the time because I was going to do a documentary about him. And I got in contact with Fred Olin Ray and said, "Would you like to be part of this?" And he said no. And I went, "Well, why not?" And he goes, "Because I like to be in things that make money." So, um,
Oh,
and
come on,
David's
Fred Olin Rain. I mean, that's not true. Look at a lot of your stuff. Come on.
Well, and David sent me a ton of movies that they were all on VHS at the time and pictures and all that. That's also when I was trying to put together an Ed Wood documentary and was in contact with Conrad Brooks and Paul Marco and all those people I was communicating with. So no, I know. And when I did a friend request with David, he goes, "Oh, you were the guy who wanted to make the documentary about me." And I'm just like, "Yeah, it just didn't work out." So
Yep. So, well, somebody did. Somebody made a
yeah,
documentary about him, and it was I actually saw the
As they should.
documentary, and it really did like inspire me a little bit more, like because even if he is one of those guys that he just picks up a camera and just starts filming things and stuff.
Everything.
He doesn't care whether it's good or bad or whatnot. He just wants to make movies, and you know what? That is very inspiring. So I think more people should watch this movie.
Yeah, and I think he's right. I think just make the movie. You know what I mean? Just go ahead and do it.
And last, but definitely not least, it's up there, but I wanted to say this for last. This is a movie that Paul found for me because he was like, "I think you'll like this." And we found this at Plan 9, and that's Devil's Pond starring Tara Reid
Look at John Ward's face.
and Kip Pardue, you know.
I
Um
think I own that. But did you see the latest stuff on her?
I there was some stuff on her, whatever. I'm not
What's
getting
going
into
on?
that.
She, it's all on camera. They from like security cameras and cell phones. She met up with a guy in a bar and then claimed that she was wasted and then claimed that the guy assaulted her and he didn't. He like had didn't even touch her. And then she was so wasted that she passed out on the floor and they had to put her in a wheelchair and basically wheel her around in this wheelchair. And I'm just like, well, that's not the Tara Reid I worked with,
I
you
mean,
know.
that's what
Well,
happens when you have one boob slightly bigger than the other.
And you have a what was it, a watch that they stuck in there by mistake? What was that thing? Like some sort of legend or urban legend that you got like a watch put in there?
hmm.
Or a
all I
B-ring
know
hotspot or something.
All I know, she always has had issues with alcohol, and I was hoping she got recovery or something sometime, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's
we
sad.
make fun, but yeah, we don't want Terry to suffer because of
Oh
her
no, I
actions.
like her. I enjoyed working with her and I got to hang out with her
I hope
for
she gets
a few
past all that
hours.
shit too.
So, but
Yeah,
it's
she's too old for that shit. Like, no offense, but like, she's like I was too old for that shit when I was in my 30s when I quit. When I quit. Um, I'm thinking Paul's getting too old for this shit too. All right. So that was my last 10. So there you go. Paul, you're up.
All right, so now we're getting into the stinkier side of the collection for this month.
now we are.
Starting off with a movie called Grave Halloween.
Yay, that looks cute.
It's one
I'd
of
watch
those
that.
Cute.
suicide forest kind of movies.
I'd watch that.
So that should be interesting.
I like anything that says Halloween in it. You know,
Next is a movie with Kelly Brown and Victoria Stedman, and it's called Savage Creatures.
Kelly
Yep.
Brown.
Yep,
It's not
yep,
the
yep.
Kelly Brown from Hey Dude, I'm sure.
Yeah, that was a Dollar Tree pickup.
What
I
was it
remember
called?
that
The
one.
Savage Creeper?
Savage Creatures. Yep.
Yeah.
And it comes with extras too, and director commentary and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Next, oh dear, the sticker's still on here, unfortunately, but we have the Loch Ness Terror.
Oh, yes, I would own that one. Yeah.
I remember seeing the trailer for this, and it's a bunch of
I own that. I own
bad
that.
CGI little mini plesiosaurs chasing people, and I was like, oh my god, that looks terrible.
It's so funny because if you go into the studio, you will next year when you come down to visit us and everything. When you come to the studio, you'll see that Paul and I have a lot of the same movies.
Hmm.
And then we'll just and originally I'll be like, "You had this too?" Like, I can't believe this. Like, this is not something I'd expect you to have. And Paul will be like, "Yep, I have that as well." So we've talked about turning our thing into like a rental place or something. But then I was like, people would find movies that are out of print and then never bring back, you know.
Oh no, never do that. No,
Yeah.
no.
No.
I have an ex-friend, and she's an ex-friend because she borrowed the first three John Wick movies. Luckily, I gave the DVDs out, not the Blu-rays, and she 2 years later has not returned them, and we got into a massive fight. And it's just like, no, that's
Never
the
see them
one
again.
thing you don't fuck with me on are my movies.
I
And well,
won't let my buddy Vittorio borrow movies anymore. Like he's asked to, and I say I can't. It's not just against him; it's about everybody. I can't let people borrow it because then I don't know if I'll ever get it
Sure,
back.
$50 deposit.
yeah,
Mm, you know,
All right. Next
yeah.
one, I think it's a Russian film, and it's called The Body Tree.
Do not
body
know.
tree, nice.
Ah,
Okay.
so that's the
That sounds like one of those forests that like people go and commit. You know, whatever. I don't want to say the word because I could get
And
trouble.
now we're going to start getting into some of the wacky Christian movies. I've got
Very excited.
Left Behind 2, the
That's
second
that
one
gives
with
John a big
I
my
yeah.
have all
boy
three.
Kirk Cameron.
So do
Actually, no,
you
I
have the
have
first one, Paul?
I got the first one now, and I got the second one.
And
the
there's I think
best
a
thing.
third one.
No, there's three Kirk Camerons, then there's the Nicolas Cage, and then the Kevin Sorbo, and then there's the teenager one. That's like the
Nice.
next generation. The best thing about the Kirk Cameron ones is that he does meet Satan, which is great. Satan is a person. Satan is the savior of the world, and but yet he's Satan. So it's great. And there's at
Ah,
one point where Cameron and Satan come face to face. I love those movies. They're so good.
that's funny. Well, you might like this one too. This is another one. This is even further down the evolutionary trail. We are talking Kenneth Copeland, and it is Covenant Rider. He's actually in this. He's playing a gunslinger.
What's it called?
Oh,
In fact, there's
Covenant Rider.
three televangelists who are playing cowboys in this film.
Hmm.
oh, why aren't they like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse or something? That would have been great. I would own
Oh my
that one.
god. So
So
yeah.
wait, so televangelist directed a movie?
Yeah, he directed a couple of them actually. That's just the one that I happened to find. But yeah, they're you know they're going to be
That's
awesome.
a Christian Western? That's weird. You never think about that. I've never heard of that like as a thing. So
We're going to watch it.
that sounds wonderful. I'd watch that.
All right. Next one is one that I actually heard about and went out and bought because it's supposed to be. I mean, some people love it, some people hated it, but we will see. Monsters in the Woods.
Monsters in the Woods. I think I've heard of that.
Wait, who directed that?
Um, I forget, but this is the director's cut.
That's
Yep.
Horton.
Yeah, well, there's no information on there.
Is
We
that
know him.
yeah, if that's Jason Horton, that's awesome.
Jason Horton.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Monsters in the Woods.
Monsters in the
Yeah,
Woods.
there's a regular cut and a director's cut.
Yep, I've got the director's cut.
Yep, Jay Horton. Um, that's awesome. I love that. I need to buy that at some point because I like I've interviewed Jay a lot of Jason a lot of times and he's always given me different like each interview is almost different, and everything on stuff and that's
Well, I'm
wonderful.
very
I
curious to see what this one's like.
it's I enjoyed it. Jason and I used to be friends
I feel
until a
friends with
certain
me. I don't know
Ferguson got involved. But
Oh dear, your buddy.
yep.
your buddy, but you know.
Well, this next one I know John Ward is going to love. This is one of the ones in the series. It turns out it may not be the worst of the series. I guess Moody and I talked about this, and it is Leprechaun in the Hood.
I told them that the sequel to that, which is Back to the Hood,
How do you know there
might
was
Back
one?
two.
actually Back to the Hood, might actually be worse than that. But that's pretty bad.
It's
Also, Leprechaun in Space is a lot of fun.
Yes,
Leprechaun in Space is probably the best one.
that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that
As
one.
far as
That's
the sequels go.
ridiculous but fun.
yeah, that one was
Yeah.
fun, but like the Hood ones are like they're starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel at that point.
But it ain't no Amityville in the hood.
There you go.
You're now bringing back Ferguson, who you're.
So the next one is one that I got, and Moody was like, "I can't believe you got this one," and it's the unrated version, and it is cursed.
Yes, he was telling me on the phone he got that, and I
Why?
said, "Why did you get that? That's not a Paul movie."
Christina
And
Not
Ricci, that's why.
not at all.
Paul's
What
been,
is in old age, is Paul going a little more Hollywood?
I don't know.
I'm getting them because they're bad, not because they're good.
I mean, we did discuss Curse. Curse was pretty bad, or whatever. But it's not. I mean, it could have been better. What we were also I told Paul about was that there was another version of that film shot, like a whole feature
Hmm.
film for Curse shot with a whole different cast. And then they just said it didn't work, so let's redo it with a whole different cast. And that's what I want to see. I want
Hmm.
like Miramax or somebody to put that out so we can see both
You'll
versions
never
because
see that, I
I don't
guarantee
think it
you.
exists because I talked to Cliff and I asked him because they released Cursed,
on
for
Blu-ray. Yeah.
yeah, and for Scream Factory, and everybody was hoping it was that version, and Cliff said it just doesn't exist. It just doesn't.
Do you
It's
think they just scrapped it completely, like completely destroyed it so
They
nobody
erased the tapes.
yeah, they probably Batgirled it.
well that sucks, considering I guess yeah, because then if they write it off as a tax write-off, then they can go and they
You
did David Zaslav before David Zaslav. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got to be creative. Like the director of Forbidden World, the Roger Corman Alien ripoff. Corman saw the original cut, removed all the comedy from it, and then we got the theatrical version. But the director recorded it on VHS before all this happened. So they were able to, Scream Factory was able to release both versions. So there's Forbidden World, the theatrical cut, and there's Mutant, the original
Yeah,
version, and you can
yeah.
get both. So I prefer the theatrical version because that's what I'm used to. But it's great that the director went, I'm going to record this. I'm not, they're going to chop the crap out of my movie. Because when you think of something like Death Race 2000, Corman did the same thing. He cut out all the comedy because it was a dark comedy. Now it's just like an action movie. But Paul Bartel he didn't do anything like that. So
Hmm.
that's the version that we have, which is fine. Still a good movie.
Well,
But
last movie is one that I found. It's known to be a very bad, awful sci-fi film with our buddy Nicholas Lay in there, and that is Threshold. Yeah,
yeah, I know
it's
it has a different cover, but yeah, I
it's
might
the
have
one
seen
with the
it.
weird little insect people that sprout out of your fingers and just goofy shit.
Yeah, yeah. That might have been too weird for me. It's an older movie, right?
It is, and yeah, this is definitely one we're going to do an indie film cafe because it's
Yeah.
definitely a freaking independent film. But Nicholas Lay and then Jamie Luner of all people's in this.
Really? It's funny because you know her probably from other things or whatever. I know her from fucking Melrose Place.
Hmm.
So, and I follow her on Instagram because I'm just in love with her. I think she's gorgeous.
Well, then there you go. We'll definitely do this film then.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's when she was much younger too, and she's still to this day
Oh, she's
gorgeous
pretty.
and
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
just a gorgeous babe
She's
today.
professionally beautiful.
Yeah, and I adored her on Melrose Place, and because I didn't know who she was, but Melrose Place had some weird cast members. It had like Daphne Zuniga in it, and
Oh,
had
love Daphne
I
Zuniga.
know, right? But it had like Lyndon Ashby and a bunch of different people who I'm surprised.
Tracy Lords.
Tracy Lords popped up in a couple episodes. It's a weird world of like, oh my God. And then all these other Zach Galligan had a bit in it. I'm like, wow, it's just what a great like I love watching old 90s stuff because I'm like, oh, they can't to me it can't get it better than the 90s. Like today doesn't, hold a candle to the 90s. That's my opinion. All right, John
Well
Ward, you're up.
done.
You're up.
Alrighty. This is one I think Paul will like. I'm not sure about Jonathan, but I love these and I've now started to collect them again. And this is Action Heroes from the Cliffhanger serials.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
okay.
So who does it
So
have in it?
Green Hornet,
so there's
Iron Claw.
yeah, so there's like Superman, there's Shazam, Green Hornet, Flash Gordon, King of the Rocket Men. It's all trailers. It's
Is
90
Republican,
minutes of trailers. Say that
yeah,
oh
again?
Republic
oh,
serials.
so it doesn't have the serials themselves in it.
No, it's
Oh,
just all the trailers for
and
it.
I'd want it where I'd want to watch the actual some of the actual
Well, I
serials.
learned about other ones I didn't know about. Like there was one in here for the Lone Ranger,
Hmm,
and which I never even knew was a serial. And then I looked it up, and they just released it. It was like a lost thing that they found. So now you
nice.
can get it. But it's
That the
it's
one
nice
with
to,
the Tano has the bird on his head.
no, that's the Johnny Depp one. Uh,
Hmm.
um, but
Wasn't Tonto Benicio del Toro in that or something? Or who was Tonto in that?
No, that
in the
was
Lone
Johnny
Ranger,
Depp.
Johnny Depp.
So who was? Oh, that's
Army
right.
Army
Yes.
Hammer was the
Mr.
Lone Ranger,
Cannibal was the yeah. Okay,
our
that's
favorite
fine.
cannibal.
Yes.
And yes, who's in the new Yui Bowl film?
Yeah, I'm wondering why Johnny Depp allowed to be Tonto when he should have been the Lone Ranger.
Because he got to wear a bird on his head.
Yeah, he's a
It's weird.
weird guy, so he
I'm
so he
telling
took
you, that's what they did. They said you get to wear a bird on your head, and he's like, sold.
yeah.
It's like
He likes weird hats. He
he
always wears
he
weird
likes
hats.
weird like looks to himself, you
Well,
know.
and he doesn't fit the Lone Ranger. Army Hammer does. I mean, he does have that look. But Johnny Depp was still, and of course, as he says, he's part Native American, as everybody says. Apparently, everybody in the world is part Native American, so which I don't get. But and speaking of not getting,
Oh God,
That's definitely one of my picks for Hollywood
yeah,
knockbusters at some point,
bad,
but
bad, bad.
it's definitely a terrible, terrible film.
I think
John
this film is,
Travolta gives one of the most shameful performances.
I
Well,
think
I
he's
mean,
hilarious in this.
it's hilarious, but like it's just sad, you know? Like this is like what they try to teach you is real, and shit and stuff in Scientology.
Ugh.
The
So
book, I haven't made it through the whole book because it's like that thick, but I made it through the first couple
you're
chapters.
reading the
And
book?
no, I did long time ago. I tried, but it's like this thick. So I made it through like the first two chapters. It's a regular science fiction book. L. Ron Hubbard originally just started writing, he was just a sci-fi writer. It
Right, he
wasn't
figured out there was much more money to be made in religion.
his friends told him that. I watched the documentary on him, and L. Ron Hubbard was not making money off of writing sci-fi novels. So his friends said, "Oh,
Yep.
you need to start a religion. You could become a billionaire off of
Which
that."
is why I said we should stop making horror movies and start making wackadoodle religious movies. We'll get a lot more
They
money
make a lot of
backing
money.
us.
Yeah.
Yep.
What wasn't that the thing in Ed Wood? Like the guy wanted to make a movie about all 12, like a series about all 12 apostles or
Yep.
whatever.
Yep. Yep.
Like
Yeah, because
that's actually not a bad idea. Like I think
But
you could
make them
make.
action heroes. That would be awesome.
Problem is, it would be blasphemous, and people would not want to do
No,
that.
who cares?
you just don't do it in a blasphemous way. You got to take it totally seriously. That's the thing. You can't make a joke of it. It has to be dead serious.
Yeah,
Um, and now another Michael Crichton movie. He did not write this, but he did direct it, and that would be Burt Reynolds and Physical Evidence, because I've collected Michael Crichton
that's
movies.
that's strange that Michael Crichton directed a movie like that looks like a thriller kind of thing or
As I
something.
recall, that film was kind of boring and not much happens.
I have not seen it. It's one of the only ones I haven't seen, but I think
Yeah.
because it looks like it might have come out around Basic Instinct time, that it's one of these like hot, steamy cop thrillers. So,
Yeah. As I
but it's
recall,
Crichton,
not much happens.
so I figured why not. Oh, and then this is a great one. Um, Speaking of Battlefield Earth, Outland, and with Sean Connery.
Oh, man, I like Outline. That was a
Oh,
good movie.
Outland is awesome, and it's our third Sean Connery movie in here.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
and
But
Sean
actually, in my
Connery's been a
opinion,
big
that's
thing.
an underappreciated film. It's
it
actually
is.
very good.
Yeah, it's what is it? I think if I remember correctly, it's like High Noon in Outer Space.
Yeah, kind of sort
Nice.
of.
Yeah, so that's a good
It's
one.
a space western.
I think at the time people kind of didn't give it much love because I think people were expecting it to be more Star Warsy ish and that it should have they were expecting a lot more special effects and that's not the point of the film.
No, no. It's it is kind of like a good cop, bad cop, because
Mm.
it's is he listed on here? Peter Boyle is the
Yeah.
ends up being the bad guy, I
And
believe.
Peter Boyle does a great job. You never see him. I never see him before as a villain. He was really
Well, he
good.
kind of was in Kickboxer 2. He's not a nice guy in Kickboxer 2. You know, you saw him as that in there. You know,
Or poor guy, Kickboxer 2. Wow.
I mean, you know, it's true, which was also written by David S. Goyer. You know,
Oh, okay.
so
Well, all right. Okay. I take a little bit of that back. I am, so this is a Hammer film, and I actually enjoy the very end of Hammer movies more than the beginning. So this would be my two favorite Dracula films are The Satanic Rites of Dracula and Dracula AD
Oh
1972.
yeah, yeah. I remember when I was a little kid, I saw that and it scared the shit out of me.
hmm.
Yeah, they're modern day, so they're but they still both have Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing in them. They're their own thing. They don't follow the rest of the series. Like you can put them together, but they don't exactly match time-wise. But this is,
Mm.
when Hammer was on its downfall, movies had to be cheaper, so instead of doing a period piece, they made a modern day. So of course
And
everybody's a hippie with the jazz music, so they're
and
like all
that's what
Austin Powers.
scared me because I was a little kid. I was like maybe 7 or 8, and I had seen Dracula, and the only things I'd ever seen before were the period ones. And to see them more like now, where there's people driving around in cars, that freaked me the hell out, man. I was like, ah.
Well, in Satanic Rites, and of course they put a picture on here from Horror of Dracula, but the Satanic Rites is he's basically Howard Hughes, and then he gets these politicians to be the four horsemen of the apocalypse because he's going to send plagues out into the world to destroy the world, and this is Dracula.
Yeah, I was about
So
to say this is like he becomes a Bond villain. It's kind of weird.
yeah, this which is why I love it. It's not just your standard Dracula movie.
Yeah, that's a better take on it than, you know, just making Dracula just like Bram Stoker's Dracula being, you know, like that's a great movie, but it's like it feels like it's already been done a million times, you know, or
Well, the Hammer
whatever.
stuff that's weird is I think is better. Like Taste the Blood of Dracula is Dracula was never in the movie. It was the blood of Dracula. And then
Yeah.
Warner Brothers said, "Nope, ain't gonna release it over here in the States unless Dracula's in
Well,
it."
I tell you, they missed. That was a missed opportunity because they should have done a James Bond slash Dracula mashup in 1968, 69. That would have been fabulous.
Just Bond fighting.
Who?
Well, and,
Well,
and, and Christopher
ultimate
Lee's
Bond
already in a
villain would
Bond
be
movie.
Dracula. I mean, come on.
You could have had Roger Moore, and instead of Man with the Golden Gun, it could have been Dracula with the Golden Gun.
Or Man with the Golden
Or
Teeth.
James Bond versus a werewolf and he has to shoot with silver bullets. There you go.
Perfect mashup, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, they're never gonna do that, you know. You
That's
know,
because they're
Well,
stupid. We
not
have
with
other good
Amazon owning
ideas.
this stuff. No way. The next James Bond is going to be Jane Bond.
Your
So
buddy Dustin Ferguson is watching and scribbling down ideas, by the way.
sadly, he'll make money off of them. Now, because we're at Christmas and my second stack, I decided to add this in it. And I think I own one of the other ones of these. So I might own three. I don't think I own all four, but it's God's Not Dead and God's Not Dead 2.
God.
nice. So it comes together? Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
God's
yeah, they got
still not dead.
Yep, I have all three of the movies. I think maybe there's four by
I
now.
think there's four. Yeah.
I have only three of them right now, and I have them on Blu-ray, you know. And so, it's funny because I brought that up and I showed them off to you guys at one point, and John was like, "We buy them ironically," and
I do.
Jonathan buys them for like real.
Yeah, these sit in my
God, I
little
hope not.
religious section because these were all pure flicks, and
Yeah,
it's great. Kevin, in the first one, Kevin Servo is the atheist who, and then the student challenges him, and then at the end, Kevin Servo gets hit by a car and has to believe in God, so he goes to heaven because he's about to die on the street, which is brilliant. And then in the second one, it's Melissa Joan Hart and she a student brings up religion in the classroom and she brings up God and they sue her. So then it goes to the Supreme Court because her thing was she was simply answering a question. So a student brought up God, she answered the question because she's religious, and now she's being sued and kicked out of school. And that's the whole thing is her going to court
The
over
whole
it.
religious persecution martyr complex is
So
ridiculous.
well, and to a degree, I actually agree with her. It's just like if a student in a class sits there and says, "Well, what about God? Why not? Why can't you just simply answer the
You
question?"
can. Nobody's going to
Yeah,
sue you for that. It's
but
ridiculous.
but in this, to go along with Paul, yes, now she's a martyr because this is religious, and now she's a martyr. So, but then yeah, there is a third one. I know there's at
We're
least a
also
third.
persecuted.
There's a
We're
third. There's a third. I
95% of
just
the
don't know if there's a fourth.
population, but we're persecuted.
Yeah.
There's
Ridiculous.
And then also because of Christmas and snow, this is one that I picked up at Zia. Philip and I watched it and really liked it. And it's Silent Scream. So
I don't know
this
that
thing
one.
was really good. And it's got the person in the snow coat there with the axe going around killing
Who's in
everybody.
that?
Nobody known. God, like Shanti Laurie, Melissa, like Skuman.
Huh. Yeah, never heard of it.
Scott something like Vicarus,
okay.
but it's a slasher film in the snow, so that's why I wanted it, and it ended up being pretty good.
There's five God's Not Dead movies. Five. There's God's Not Dead 1 and 2. Then there's God's Not Dead, A Light in Darkness, starring Megan
Yes,
Alexander.
that
Then
that's like the church burns down or something. Yeah,
and then there's God's Not Dead, We the People, you know. And then God's Not Dead and God We Trust. God and God's Not Dead, We the People. William Forsythe is in that one. You know,
because
poor
you make money off of this stuff. I think that's why a
Yeah,
lot of these people do it.
yeah.
Like in the God's Not Dead 2, it has Ray Weiss in it.
Ray
He's
Weiss, yeah.
he's the bad guy. So, or depending on how you look at it, he is the bad guy. But I think all these people they just make money. So, but if you want good bloody snow, then get Silent Scream. So this was pretty
Silent
good too.
Scream.
Yeah, this was good. Because of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 being out, I dug through all my movies and found Willy's Wonderland. If
Oh
anybody has
yeah,
not
that's
had
fun.
a
That.
Nicholas, I did not like this movie at all.
Oh,
But
I thought it was fun.
I thought it was cute.
it's just boring.
No, I mean, he does not speak one word in that
I
whole
No,
know,
movie, but aside from that, like,
and
I
that's an
thought,
accomplishment.
yeah, because usually the best part of Nicolas Cage is what he says, like, not just what he does, but what he says.
and he drives a muscle car in this, so
Nicholas
that was
freaking
probably the
Cage.
the two deals with
The
him. You
bees, the bees.
don't need to learn the script, then you get a muscle car. So
I haven't
Anyway,
seen the Five Nights thing. Didn't you just go and see Five
I
Nights
saw the
movie?
part
That's right.
two, and Joe Turk hated part two. He like with a passion, and
Wow.
I thought it was okay. I mean, I liked it. I saw it with Lena, who's a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. Period. She plays the games. She's just into it, and so she absolutely loved it. It was like it was made for her, and that was, I think, the problem is like it wasn't made for people who don't follow the games, in my
Right.
opinion,
I
and
hated
stuff.
that first film of The Passion. It was my number one worst movie
Never
of
went
that
near it.
year.
Never even
My
heard of it.
God, it was horrible. It's one of the worst written films I've ever seen.
And you would
God
hate
is
part two. You would hate part two even worse.
yeah.
But you
Oh,
love
well,
Huey Ball. All he
yes,
does
I
is
do.
make movies about games.
No, he makes movies based on games.
Yeah.
This has nothing. I've never played the game. I'm strictly going off of the movie itself, and it was awful. It was horrible.
I mean, I liked it. I liked the sequel. The problem is the first movie. When we watched the first movie, we had a mouse in the studio, so it was distracting me necessarily from the movie.
Starring Peter Sellers, A Mouse in the Studio.
Yeah, it's just
I'll
right.
bet you that all of those Five Night movies could have used Nick Cage though. That would have improved them all.
I would have seen him.
I like Matthew Lillard, and then the new one, it's got Skeet Ulrich in it, or
Oh
whatever.
God,
So
Skeet Ulrich.
But they did it because they're both in Scream, and it's a way for them to come back together again. Especially since Skeet Ulrich is no longer going to be in the next Scream movie because he got kicked out of it because
People are still bothering to watch those.
I do. I watch
Uh,
it.
wait,
John loves it.
what do you mean he got kicked out of? What do you mean?
So originally he was supposed to be back as what's her name's ghost, thing. And then unfortunately, they kicked Melissa Barrera out and Jenna Ortega are gone and so he's gone. So
So this is this all Kevin Williamson?
The next
Kevin
one is.
next one is directed by Kevin Williamson, not written by him, which is going to be weird, because I feel like he's got to have some influence on the script
Oh,
of
as I'm sure he did a rewrite. I mean,
or
that's yeah.
something. But he didn't get credit for it, so I don't know if it's gonna,
A lot of the times they don't, but
yeah. But anyway, the whole point is that yeah, so apparently because of those people, Skeet Ulrich's ghost will not be back, for the next
thank
one.
God for that. I hated that.
I
Those are the
hated
two
it
worst
too.
things. Yeah.
But that was the thing. People are complaining, oh, I want Skeet Ulrich back.
No, you don't. You really don't. I
Mm,
have two left. This one, Kate Winslet is beyond gorgeous in this.
mm.
This is a great movie too, on top of
As in
that. But
all
she is
movies.
gorgeous. And that is Revolutionary Road.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
I've seen
have
that.
that. Have
Yeah,
that.
it is. Yeah, Sam Mendes, who I think she was married to at the time while making this, and then she got the Academy Award and then divorced him, like all women do.
I,
They all
I
they
don't
all
know if
do.
there's a correlation with that, but all right.
There's like the one actress who her husband divorced her and then she won the Academy Award, and then there's women who have won the Academy Award and then divorced their husbands. So, and I think this is one of those, is that
You
she
didn't give
won.
me an Academy Award. You can't be with me anymore.
So
I'd
yeah.
marry Kate Winslet if it meant her getting an Academy Award again.
And then when she divorces you,
I'm
I would
ready.
marry her. So there you go.
There you go.
So it's yeah, look at her.
I'm
She's
ready.
just
Ready, Kate.
Everybody's just
gorgeous.
passing
We're
Kate
we're
Winslet
lined up.
around.
You can get a whole stack of statues.
You guys can have her. I love her, but I'm not obsessed with her.
Oh,
She's great, but not my, and she's blonde,
yeah, she's blonde in this that I love. And I'm
mm.
not even a blonde guy. And then our last one is one of the greatest Westerns ever made. I just watched a documentary about it, and it's interesting how this whole thing kind of came together. And that would be Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh yeah, classic.
Once Upon a Time in the West. I have that on.
Yeah, good. I'm glad that you gave
I
this a thumbs up.
did
Why don't you
not mean.
turn that off, Jonathan? Why
Yeah,
don't you
Can you
turn
turn
that
it
Jonathan.
off,
off? Can
Jonathan?
you? I didn't even know you could do that.
Yes, it's a button. Everything is a button in the settings. You just click it.
Okay, I'll turn it off. I like it though because like sometimes I might want to have the thumbs up. I don't know.
You know what? Do what you want to do, man. It's your own square.
Paul's doing what he wants to do. We're all,
Always.
always.
Yep.
But no,
So
I
this is
have that on. I think I just bought that on 4K.
Yeah, I
You
have
know.
that very Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah, I got it on 4K, and I remember I think we've talked about this before, either on another, probably when I bought it or whatever I had it, but I was not a big fan of it when I first watched it, and I haven't seen it since, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it. But I just did not like Henry Fonda being the villain
Oh,
and
he was
being the
so good.
main character. Like I
So
don't
good.
you can't root for villains. You're not supposed to root for villains, you know, and
But that's the
everything.
whole thing. He's never played a villain
I
except
know.
for this, which
I
is
know.
great.
If he
And
were
he
not the
kills the
star, if
kid.
he were not the star, like what's the guy's name? Charles Bronson or something was the star of it. Then and he was like the villain, so he was like the and Henry Fonda, I probably would have liked it more, but
I'm
it was
pretty sure that Henry Fonda only did the movie because he got to be the villain.
right. No, and I get that. I'm just saying he shouldn't have been the star of the
But
movie.
he's not the star. The star is the woman.
Right.
She's
Is
the
it
star.
Claudia Cardinal? Is that who it was?
Yeah, she's the
Yeah.
star of the movie.
But he
Everything is
gets
based
top
around
billing.
her.
I don't know. I just never
Well,
liked it.
on the box, she gets top billing, and
Yeah.
then it's Henry Fonda.
Hmm. Interesting. I don't know. I always saw it as Henry Fonda in Once Upon a Time in the West.
Jason
So
Robards, yeah, yeah.
I'll definitely have to
It's a good
rewatch that
movie.
at some point.
But
I'm doing
it's
like a whole Western thing soon. I just haven't, for Blu-ray Hunter, I'm gonna do I'm gonna watch all the Western, like all the Man with No Names and the all the movies I haven't really watched because I never got into Westerns when I was young.
Covenant Rider, the Christian Western. We'll do that as
Well, I
well.
can watch that with you and we'll review it. I don't know if we can do it for Blu-ray Hunter because it's not a Blu-ray,
Not a Blu-ray.
but I can still say I watched it then, you know. So I mean, I like I there's some Westerns I really like and
And
stuff. I like
it is the sequel to another movie that I'm gonna get. It's The Gunslinger, so I'll be getting that one too.
okay.
Your boy Kenneth Copeland.
I don't know that guy. So all right. Um
He's the
so
guy that
anyway,
looks like
n- I don't I don't know that. But anyway,
yeah.
so yeah, John, that's a great movie and that looks like a great disc right there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Yeah, it's got a bunch
uh,
of special features on
yeah.
it, and yeah, it's interesting because Sergio Leone did not want to make it, and he made it because then he got to do Once Upon a Time in America, which was the film that he really wanted to make.
Right,
I have
right.
that
Um,
too on Blu-ray.
Charles Bronson was not supposed to be in it; it was supposed to be Clint Eastwood, but he said no. So it's an interesting, you know, film and how it was all put together because it was kind of the movie that was not supposed to be made. But yeah, great. It's a great film. So,
There you
and that's it.
go.
That's my
Yeah.
10.
So wow, this is another year, full year of doing this thing. I don't think we've taken a break. I don't think we had a month off at all of doing this. So we've done this every month for at least a whole year plus more, years. What cow is that?
Yeah, I don't think I've given him his name yet.
Oh, you gotta name him. You gotta name for
Yeah,
everybody else.
I
You
know.
know, he's not continuity cow, is he?
No, it's probably Hamish. I'll probably go with Hamish.
I thought you said Hamish for another one.
Maybe.
Maybe that
Is
was
he
that Hamish.
is he
Yeah,
kosher?
Is he a
he's
kosher
Scottish.
cow?
Isn't that a Jewish name?
No, Scottish.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Tomato, tomato. They're all the same thing. Scottish, Jewish.
It's
They're all the
okay.
same thing.
John doesn't think Europe exists, so
It doesn't
Mm,
because it's all the same thing.
He doesn't
Prove
yeah.
to
think
me it
anything
exists.
outside of Las Vegas exists.
No, it doesn't. Well, until I drive to it and it's there, it doesn't exist. So,
We've come full circle because that's the first thing we talked about.
I mean, you're in a white room. I'm in a white room. Maybe you're in the same room with me, as far as I know.
We kind of look like our according to where I am, our windows are right next to each other.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, all the blinds. The
All the
blinds.
blinds, the too many blinds. But anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for another year filled with fun and excitement and craziness. On to 2026. We're gonna
And
have
I got a big fat stack of shit, so we can keep going for a while.
thank you.
Oh,
We were worried about Paul. We thought John and I were gonna have to do it without Paul, Paulless, for a while. So I think that we will be able to continue to do this
Yeah.
show.
It's getting harder to find DVDs.
Yeah. Um, it's not for me. Yeah, if you
That's
go
because you grab
online,
everything.
you can go online and find them on like Amazon, which I have now just finally gotten a Prime account. I was using my dad's for a while, but that's become a problem where it will pop up as my card name. My dad won't pay attention to that and might charge my card, or whatever, instead of his own. So I decided to get my own Prime. So I'm Prime,
You're
apparently.
primed.
I'm primed
Moody
now.
Prime.
Um, part of growing up, becoming an
It's
adult.
getting your own Prime
Your
account.
own
So
Prime account.
yeah,
Prime beef.
I have like 10 more stacks
I
already ready to go for each month. So I'm good
I
for almost all
don't,
of next year.
but I will. It's very. I can get because each one is $20. I can get or 20 stacks. I can get. I can spend $20 a month or so, and get a whole bunch of new ones. I have the Restore. We have Paul's got to go to more libraries because that's where a lot
Yeah.
of them are too. Libraries. There's Second and Charles. There's the ones up in Virginia Beach.
Goodwill.
Well, I've got
Goodwill.
50 Blu-rays, so that's at least 5 months right there. If we go back to the 10 a month.
We'll be fine. You'll be fine. And John's got some. I'll have some. Well, I've just right now I don't have as many. Maybe five or so. So I just need 15
Yeah, we
more.
we just got to go on a hunt every now and again.
Yeah, trolling for stinkers got to come back. He did used to do this thing by himself called trolling for stinkers, where he just went out and looked for bad movies. Hunted for bad movies and stuff. And he stopped doing it because he couldn't find any stinkers anywhere as much.
Well, yeah, it was hard to find anything. Most of those sources have dried up.
Yeah, I remember there was that place in Newport News that we used to go to, right by where Second and Charles is, but like a little further down.
Right.
And I forgot it was like it was not a thrift store, a pawn shop that we used to go to, and
Yep.
that doesn't exist anymore. And it's just sad. A lot of these places are just disappearing and stuff, especially with DVDs.
Yeah,
You know.
Dollar Tree doesn't do them anymore. And there's another place I went to, and I'm like, I just went there the other day, and they like, yeah, we're not accepting DVDs anymore. And I was like, what?
Even Second and Charles has said that they're not accepting Blu-rays anymore because they have too many. Except they always say horror films. They'll take horror films because those do very, very well, I guess, or something. So, all right, everybody. We will be back next month, which will be the beginning of 2026 for January. So we are super excited. We can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait to show what I don't even know what I'm gonna have by then. So,
I
it's get
do.
Yep. Yep. Paul and John do, but I don't. So we'll find out. Until then, everybody, have a good one. Enjoy yourself. Bye.
Bye.